here with my vlog, Faith at Home, Not Alone, and we're talking this month about Thanksgiving and delayed gratification. So in my last post, I was talking about Thanksgiving and just the different ways that we can be practicing that on a daily basis. And again, as parents, we need to model it. We need to live it out. And something else that I thought of as I was thinking about this idea of Thanksgiving is something that might not come right to your mind, and it's delayed gratification. This, I think, is an important part of learning Thanksgiving. And one of the reasons is because it's very countercultural. Our whole culture is around immediate, instant gratification. You see commercials on TV, you get credit cards with large limits, you get all kinds of ways that we're being told to satisfy our desires. And they're even kind of creating our desires, telling us what our desires are and that they should get filled. And that's all part of the commercial industry, and that's kind of how they try to make money and popularity and so on. Our children are also bombarded by these messages. It could be through TV shows or advertising. It could even just be through friends and being at school or different places where they see things that they like. There's, issues of popularity and what makes someone popular, whether it's how they look, how they dress, the latest toy they have or gadget. So they can feel that pressure for instant gratification as well. And one of the things, as I've done a little bit of reading on delayed gratification, is that I've learned that it's actually a process we all need to grow and develop in our emotional maturity. So it is a life skill. It is something that we need to develop in our lives. And I'm going to give you an example from my family. When our children were younger, I noticed often we'd go to the store or somewhere and they would want something from the shelf. And it wasn't too long when I talked to my husband and said, I think we should try giving them an allowance. And we started out really small. I mean, again, this was 15 or so years ago, but when they were preschoolers, we might give them $0.25 a week or 50 cents a week. And when they went to the store, we could say, okay, you can buy something with your money. And back then you could probably get a little bit of candy or something small with that amount of money. But if there was something else they saw that cost more, we said, oh, well, how much money do you have? This costs this much. You're going to have to save up for a couple weeks to have enough money for that. And often they would want something that did cost more. And they sometimes were willing to wait, and they would save for a few weeks or even a month, or even have to wait for birthday money to have enough to buy it. And other times they would say, no, I'm just going to buy something with the money that I have. And as we went through this, every year they'd get a raise on their birthday. We also gave them the opportunity to earn extra money for doing extra chores. And sometimes if they really wanted something, they'd be asking us, okay, what can we do to earn more money? So I think part of that was helping them develop a bit of a work ethic so that they associated work with earning money, with being able to spend it. But the other thing that it did was help with this idea of delayed gratification. So even though they really wanted something, there was a real tangible reason they couldn't have it right away. They had to wait and get some more money before they could. And what happened is when they waited, one of two things would happen. They'd either earn enough, buy the item, and be very happy that they got it and they would value it. But sometimes they would say, you know what, I don't think it's worth waiting. I don't think that instant feeling that I felt of wanting it, that it's really worth all of the waiting. So they were able to kind of evaluate what's worth waiting for and what's not worth waiting for. They were also able to appreciate things a bit more because they had to wait for it and earn it. And they were starting to learn some of the concepts of money and how much things cost. So there were kind of several things happening. But the idea of delayed gratification is something that we as adults, we as parents also need to learn and practice. And sometimes we can have homes that are full of stuff, and we saw something. I know I'm guilty of this. I see something on the shelf. I think, oh, that's great. I really want to get it. It's on sale or it's a good price. And I buy it and I bring it home, and then it goes on a shelf or it goes in my closet, and it's not used often. And I think it kind of depreciates the things that we own in that way. And so there's something valuable about having to wait, about having to defer when we really want something or desire something. So there's something about that helps us grow and mature emotionally and also in our faith. And I think what it does is helps us learn thankfulness and appreciation for the things that we do have. And it helps us turn toward God for our needs and really look to Him and say, okay, God, I really desire this, but is this item the thing that I'm really desiring? So it can do a few of those things. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about this idea of delayed gratification next week. But I hope that's enough to get you thinking about it and think about ways that you might practice delayed gratification already in your home, or ways that you may be wanting to start practicing it. So again, I want to thank you for being here with me, for listening, and I just hope that this is an encouragement for you. And we're doing Faith at Home, but we're not alone. We have each other, we have our church community, our community of faith, and we want to be encouraging each other. So I'd love to hear your comments. If there's things that you would like to say, I want to hear that. And if there's anything that you'd like to hear about in the future, I'd love to hear that too. So don't forget to like the video if you like it. Share it with someone that you think might enjoy it. And if you haven't already, to subscribe and click for notifications so that you can get the latest videos as they come out. I hope you have a great week.